to start life in style? Then skip pink and blue or Mickey and Winnie the Pooh and instead use bold colors and painted murals to get a designer look for a fraction of the cost. And here to show us how is designer Marcia Sherrill.
Hi,
Marcia, honey.
How are you? Great.
So,
do you love our mural?
I love the whole thing, and all I'm seeing color. That's a big trend, right?
And you know what you said to me just a little while ago? The pale colors and the pastels, they're infant.
Yeah.
So when your child grows up, as they very quickly do, and you know that only too well, you want to have the vibrant colors. It's more exciting visually to a child.
All right, so like primary colors.
Primary
colors.
I love Madeline colors.
And then let's talk about murals, because I think that's a fabulous way to do it.
Well, and it's so easy, and it's big, and so it makes a huge statement. And when you're talking about a decorator interior, it's all about making the statement. And in a baby's room, you're going to have a crib, you're going to have a changing table. It's not like you're going to have Louis XIV furniture. This crib was $129 when we painted it red, and it's fabulous.
Oh, okay. So just, the cheap crib and then paint it with baby-safe paint.
Well, you're so cautious that way.
I
You
am.
are so
gotta be. Now, I also want to show a second mural we have.
And I love the mural by
Donna
Donna Johnson. And what's so touching about it is that her whole message is about children of color and growing up and experiencing the whole world. And so it's sort of like a mural with a message.
Right. Well, the wonderful thing about murals is it's almost like, as a child, you're in a book. You're in a theme.
Book. It's like a fantasy.
And then you kind of play the things in the room with it.
And as the mother, you can use anything for inspiration. We've used a wonderful quilt from Erica Wilson, a crazy quilt here, and that was wonderful with our little silk dupioni.
Now tell me about the skirt, because it's long.
Isn't it wonderful?
And usually they're short.
That is the biggest secret of all, is that when you go into a room that a decorator has done, they know the skirt needs to go to the floor. Nothing looks worse than those little bitty, teeny tiny 12-inch skirts. Which, the reason that they make them that way is when the crib is all the way down, when the baby's a toddler.
Right.
By the time they're a toddler, they're jumping out of the crib.
Okay.
So you need to have the long skirt. It's so much more elegant.
Okay, and the bumpers too.
And the bumpers too. And I did these myself in silk, and I made these in like 3.5 hours with my mother on the telephone. The president of the Sewing Guild in Alabama giving me all the advice that if I can do it, anyone can.
And again, the bed skirt's a real sign of a designer.
Oh, the longer the better, because it looks couture. And then look at our carpet.
Look at our rug here.
$60.
Well, and that's all I want to spend, because my kid is throwing the bottle on the floor.
Exactly.
The dogs aren't house trained.
And the rabbit.
Yeah, and the rabbit.
We got the rabbit.
We got a lot of rabbits. Now tell me about the rug.
Well, the rug is from ABC Carpets, and this is actually a remnant, and it was $60. You can also, if you're carpeting a room in your house, save a small piece. You really don't want to put, why in the world would you put an Aubusson carpet or an expensive carpet in a child's room? It makes no sense.
All right, remnants.
Think remnants.
Now let's come over here. This is the cutest little thing I've ever seen in my life, this painted chair.
Oh, and it came to us painted. I got it on eBay, high bidder at $9.75. Grandma Gaston from Iowa made it.
So pretty.
I heard it had a little dirt in the box. But that's okay.
That's all right, but
we
listen,
don't mind.
You can find these at flea markets and stuff for nothing. Paint the chair and just do a little
look,
design.
and she did it herself. And you know what
Let
Allie,
me show you something else, Marcia, because I love this.
Oh,
you have a cute painted chair. Look at the wall you can have behind this chair.
And you know, this divine, I love it.
Yeah.
And I had done this for my daughter's room when she was really little, and people were sort of afraid, like you'd mentioned earlier, about ripping off the plaster. Yeah. They do not come off. And I am so afraid of those third-degree burns from a glue gun.
I was thinking of doing like a blue and sand dollars, and I was asking Marcia, will my daughter pull it off and eat it? And she
Absolutely.
says no.
No, they will not. And an entire room can probably be done for under $100.
And this too, again.
I love this. This is, you know what this is? This is actually from like Hancock. This is like a prom dress trim. And again, fear of the glue gun, we Elmered it on.
Perfect.
And so if you do want the pastels, go for a little hot pink there.
And this is so elegant.
I love it.
For any little baby.
The stencil. Now this is the real deal.
This is good. We have to talk about this, because when you see these murals, you get completely intimidated and think there's no way I can do this.
I know, and that's so
I'm not
untrue.
an artist.
Right, and I don't have the skill, and I don't have the talent. Number one, you do have the skill and you do have the talent. Look for inspiration from a baby plate, from a fairy tale book. We have a real stencilist and a real muralist from Atlanta that did this for us, Amelia Morrison. It's divine. It's probably a $20,000 room. Why not find your own motif that you like? It could be a bunny rabbit, and take the bunny rabbit and you blow it up at Kinko's. I mean, you were saying that you knew basically the whole routine yourself.
Yeah, you take the picture, you go to Kinko's, you blow it up, you have
do
a stencil, and then you just fill in the colors, which we can do.
Right, and don't be scared, and if you don't like it, Paint right over it. Paint over it.
Okay, here.
Oh, cute.
Your baby only gets baptized, christened once.
Hopefully.
You know, they play with the rattle from Uncle Bob for a little while, but you don't want to pack them away. You don't want to store them.
No.
Put them in a shadow box. It becomes art for the walls
Art for
of
the
the
wall.
nursery.
And if you're scared, you can do it with, I saw someone who did it with baby booties through the ages, and it was like the little cowboy boots and the little moccasins. So you could do an entire wall of that and create like a collage of window boxes.
Yeah, and look, if you paint the crib bright red, paint the boxes red. I mean, you
love
can
that
kind
idea.
of play with the whole theme of the room.
Fabulous. And you know what the great thing, the bright colors, they grow up.
They do.
They grow up with the child.
Absolutely. When they're 21 and they're off to college,
they're so
then,
loving
you
that
know,
crib
you turn
at
it into
21.
your little boudoir.
Yeah.
Now, our last thing is this lovely rabbit lamp, because
Rabbit
you
is
say,
fun.
Marcia says that you can basically find anything
It's my
and
claim.
have an electrician for just a matter of dollars turn it into something like this. A cute little lamp.
If I can wire that lamp, Ellie, you
If
can wire
Marcia
that
could
lamp.
do any of this, you can. Marcia, Cheryl, you're the
Ellie
best.
was great.
Thank you.
See you
For more
soon.
information on how to create a designer nursery, go to our website, AllieandJack.com. Marcia, Cheryl, we'll be right back. Great, Marcia. You're the best.
A taste of Australia spices up our kitchen with an amazing creation from down under when we return.
So if you're looking to update the look of your home and you don't have thousands of dollars to spend on an interior decorator, we've got some help for you. Marcia Sherrill is here now from Atlanta Home and Lifestyles magazine to help us all out.
Ah, that's what I'm going to do.
Good morning.
Good morning to you.
Thanks for stopping
Well,
by.
we do call this Kroger Couture.
Kroger Couture.
Much
all right.
as we do love a fresh flower, at Atlanta Homes and Lifestyles, what we're in love with now is the idea of flower power. The
Okay.
quickest way to transform your home from winter to spring. And this is a trend that started on the runways. This is
Okay.
actually a drapery fabric that Peggy Jennings made into a
Really?
jacket. Yeah,
Okay.
truly. And what we think is you take the floral patterns and you take flowers and you create interesting and exciting vignettes.
Okay.
For instance, my giant basketball worth of crazy daisies. Oh yeah, and then you said the Kroger Couture. How do you take a simple floral bouquet that you can get at Kroger or
Right.
Eatsy's, and then you just transform it by wrapping ribbon around it? And then what I like to do is just add something for color. Here, a Gatorade, Hawaiian
Gatorade.
Punch.
Wow.
Do you have your straw? You
Yeah.
thirsty?
Yeah.
You're thirsty. It doubles. It doubles as a, and this is the world's largest chia pet.
Okay.
Now, I know that you can do this. You go out in your yard, get leaves. Could be
Okay.
ivy, could be any kind of a leaf. This is just a giant block of floral foam.
Oh, really? Okay.
Right. Then we topped it off with some wheatgrass, and you poke a hole with your Craig. Cut Flowers taught me how to do this. You just take a simple, well, if you had a flower, it would work. Well, there
Wanna
wasn't.
try one? Here, let's
Where
try
is
one.
one? Oh, good.
Put one right under
So
there.
you're my
There
new
you go.
assistant. We're opening a floral boutique later in the afternoon. And you stick it in, and the great thing about this can last for a month. All you
Really?
have to do is keep spraying it.
Okay.
And if you tried to pick this up now, it is so condensed with water, it weighs like 2,000 pounds.
Wow. But we're adding color.
We're adding lots and lots of color.
The spring.
The key to the spring, and also the fact that the flowers are not expensive. I mean, it's beautiful to have fresh flowers in your home,
Okay.
but it's not a design statement. This is a design statement.
Right,
That
right.
draws your eye.
Okay, let's talk about some of this fabric over here.
This is Boca Bargoons, and I absolutely love them, but they're a local
I
vendor.
got one near me. Boca
You do?
Bargoons. Yeah.
Alpharetta?
Alpharetta, yeah.
They have one in Alpharetta and one in Buckhead. And the chairs that we've slip covered, and we did no sew slip cover, so it's just
Okay.
easy sliding it through the slats in your bamboo chair.
Oh, nice.
And we didn't even sew it. We just tucked it in and did it with pins.
Wow.
And so you're looking at like $150 yard fabric for $10.
Oh, wow.
That's something anybody can
That's like
afford.
stealing.
That
Yeah,
is, well,
definitely.
it is, and I did steal some.
Yeah. And let's talk real quick before we go about our floral arrangements over here. How do you know what goes with what?
Well, you know, I think now if you stick with just one color theme, you can't go wrong.
Right, okay.
And then the idea is to take these floral implements, the balls, the spheres, the bouquets, particularly things like this. This is a statement.
Okay.
So it becomes a design theme in your home. And then any kind of quick, easy update that you can do with a floral fabric is sort of instant summer.
All right.
Flower power.
And it's cheap.
And it
Marcia,
is cheap. Great
thank
seeing
so
you.
much.
Have a great
thanks
day.
for being here. And if you want to find out more about ways to make your house look like $1 million for not a lot of money, check out the new issue of Atlanta Homes and Lifestyles, and it's on newsstands now.